This is more than just a podcast. It's a moment to stop, to breathe, to notice how you've been showing up. We were taught to push through, to stay strong, to hold it all together even when it cost us connection. But fatherhood was never meant to be survival. Here, we slow down before we raise our voice. We regulate before we correct. We learn that presence does more than pressure ever could. Because when a father changes how he shows up, the entire home shifts. Children feel safe instead of tense, partners feel supported instead of alone, and calm replaces chaos. Brothers, this is where awareness becomes action, where healing becomes leadership, where strength is measured by steadiness, not control. This is 15 Minutes with Dad, and this is the work, this is the responsibility, and this is how we change generations. Welcome to 15 Minutes with Dad, and welcome to a brand new series I've been building towards for a long time. We had the U 2.0 series, we had the Aligned Father series, and this is the Calm Parenting Framework, or the Calm Parenting series. This series is about practical parenting skills you use every single day. It's not theory, it's not trends, and it's not perfection. This is about structure, communication, and emotional safety inside the home. So it's about helping parents respond instead of react, to set boundaries without fear and guide behavior without control. And today we start where all calm parenting actually begins, with you. You see, a lot of parents come and ask the same questions in different ways. How do I get my child to calm down? How do I stop yelling? And how do I get them to listen? At any child stage, but calm parenting does not start with child's behavior. It starts with your nervous system. And research from Dr. Dan Siegel and Dr. Tina Bryson shows that children borrow regulation from parents and from adults in their life. Before kids can calm themselves, they need a calm parent to model it. This means your tone, your pace, and your reactions are doing more teaching than your words ever will. And you are not just correcting behavior, you are shaping a nervous system. So why does regulation create security? What is a supportive stance? Let's talk about that. So from an attachment perspective, children feel safe when caregivers are predictable, emotionally available, and they are regulated. And a secure attachment forms when kids' experiences are built around an adult who can stay present during emotional moments, tolerate big feelings without escalating, and respond with consistency instead of intensity. And I know a lot of you be like, that's just being soft. This is not about being soft. This is about being steady. The science is clear. Children raised in emotionally regulated environments show better emotional intelligence, stronger self-control, lower anxiety, and higher confidence. So that means that calm leadership creates internal safety, and internal safety leads to, you guessed it, cooperation. Now, there is a counter stance, right? We want to know why reactivity is often mistaken for authority, because we grew up differently. Let's talk about the stance many of us were raised with. So like the idea that parents must assert control or that children need to be corrected quickly and firmly, that authority comes from fear or volume. And I was on Threads the other day, and I looked at this video about this dad who was steady asking the toddler who was in a complete meltdown, "What do you want? Tell me what you want. What is it that you want to do?" And holding him, giving his son hugs and other things. And in the comment section, you had people like, first off, you need to sit your butt down, and second off, you better get off my counter, and blah blah blah, like the whole 9 yards of like how they would assert control in these moments. And I went in and I said, you know what? but like when my son, my toddler, who's 2.5 years old, when he has a tantrum, I sit down with him. I just sit down wherever he's at, let him have his tantrum. We talk about our feelings. I ask him how he's feeling when he's feeling those things so that he can use words that we've taught him over time. Me and his mother have taught him words to express his feelings and have him take a deep breath. He knows how to take a deep breath. He actually, if I look like I'm upset, he'll ask me to calm down and to take a deep breath, or ask me if I need a hug. It's so funny. But this approach exists for a reason, and it can stop behavior in the short term. But research from American Psychological Association shows that fear-based parenting increases stress hormones, emotional shutdown, aggression, or avoidance. And children may comply in the moment, but compliance doesn't mean that they understand. And their silence doesn't mean that it's regulations. So fear will teach a kid, but it teaches them to behave when they're being watched. But safety teaches them to self-regulate even when no one is around. They get to check in with themselves and figure those things out. And for fathers, let's figure out what this looks like in real life. Calm leadership is especially important for us because kids often experience dads as louder, more directive, more disciplinary, or more reactive, not because dads don't care, but because many men were taught we were never taught emotional regulation. We were taught to be obedient and to enforce obedience, but calm leadership for fathers look like pausing before we respond, lowering our voice instead of raising it, staying present in that moment instead of walking away or exploding. So if you recall, this is U 2.0 work. And if you don't know what U 2.0 is, let's go back to that series. Learning to lead yourself before leading your family. When fathers are able to regulate themselves, our homes stabilize, our kids mirror that calm, and partners, they will feel supported, and conflict de-escalates faster. So how does this apply across parenting stages? So I want to break this down by age group for us to understand. So toddlers, they borrow your calm. If you escalate, they escalate. Have you ever had a toddler that you say, if they're in that little moment, you say, calm down. No. You want this? No. Would you like an apple? No. You want some candy? No. And they just knowing everything is no. And if you raise your voice, they raise their voice. It's hilarious. But it doesn't do anything. It doesn't really work when you escalate. For kids, they learn emotional rules by watching you handle frustration. They will literally enact these things in real time when they meet people out in the world, like at school and in grade school and their classes and all that good stuff. They will emulate this. Preteens, they will begin to test boundaries while watching your reaction closely to see how you react to those things. And when it just kind of amplifies from there, goes downhill, because teens, they need regulation more than rules. And a lot of us try to enact more rules on teens, but I will tell you, teens are like toddlers. Your calm keeps the door open, and at every stage, your regulation will set the ceiling for theirs. So let's talk about practical tools that you can use today. And I got a few to practice in calm leadership. So name your state before addressing behavior. Figure out if you are overwhelmed. And if you're overwhelmed, take a pause. Breathe. Regulate yourself. Let's slow your body first. Lower your shoulders. Breathe out longer than you breathe in. Just kind of slow things down. And this one's harder, but use fewer words. I still work on this because I can't use fewer words, but calm parents do not over-explain in heated moments. And then if you get a chance, repair after mistakes. Apologizing models regulation and accountability. And these are not parenting hacks. These are leadership habits, guys. This episode sets the foundation for everything we build in this series. The aligned father does not lead from fear or control. He leads from clarity, presence, and emotional awareness. Calm parenting is not passive. It is intentional leadership, and alignment starts internally every time. So if you take nothing else from today, remember this: your calm is not optional. It is foundational in your parenting. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be regulated enough to respond with the right words and with the intention. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about triggers and why parents react the way they do and how childhood trauma quietly hijacks our tone at times. Until then, try this one thing. Next time your child escalates, slow yourself first. Let's just try that one thing. And that is calm leadership. And that is where real parenting change begins. Before you move on, let's pause here, because growth doesn't happen in the listening. It happens in what you choose next. So you don't need to change everything. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. Stay present long enough to practice something different. So carry this into your home, into those small moments, the hard conversations, and the quiet decisions no one applauds. That's where fatherhood is built. And if something here resonated, let it become action. Let it become consistency, or become the way that you lead. Because this is how trust is formed. This is how safety is felt. And this is how generational change actually happens. And if this episode helps you, share it with another father who's trying to do better. And if you have a story, a win, or a lesson you're learning, email me at Lirec, Lirec, at 15minuteswithdad.com. That's Lirec at 15minuteswithdad.com. Because this work grows through shared experiences.